And so, just like the title says, Smedley Butler goes into the different companies that made boatloads of money during, and he starts with Bethlehem Steel, which pre-war was making $6 million yearly, and during the war years, it went up to $49 million a year. Obviously, a big increase in wealth. Same thing with the steel industry. Before the war, they were making about $105 million a year, and then during the war, they were making $240 million per year from 1914 to 1918. One example I can think of from a few years ago, I want to say, I think someone from the Department of Defense was being talked to by Congress, and a congressman was asking the Department of Defense representative why this bag of bolts that he was holding that should cost at most a few $100s, why the government contractor who was providing them was charging, I think it was something like 50 grand for this bag of bolts. Like, and that's on the small end. So you can only imagine if they're doing that for a bag of bolts. I mean, what are they doing for the F-35 or a secret government project that we have no idea about that they're spending who knows how much money on? I mean, the F-35, from what I remember, they spent something like $2 trillion plus developing it, researching it, all that sort of stuff. And that's a project that we know about. So I mean, I think the American people would be shocked and a little worried if they realized how much money we're wasting on these projects. And we're not even at war anymore. At least during World War One, there was an excuse to spend the money. Like, yes, there was a big war going on. We couldn't let Germany win the war. We needed to spend this money so that we could stop them. We don't really have those justifications anymore, and we haven't really had those since the fall of the Soviet Union. And the Cold War is kind of trying to be brought back with Russia and China both getting into. So the American government paid for hundreds of thousands of saddles that never got used. And those are two of just some of the most basic wastes that happened. There was also 20 million mosquito nests purchased by the US government that were never needed in the climate that the troops were fighting in. Sure, there were other infestations like rats and stuff like that, but mosquitoes were not native to France, especially the area of France that they were fighting in. So just another bit of waste, just so some government contractors could make some money, essentially.